Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about on Talk That Talk episode 6. On this episode, we're going to be talking about helping veterans become service connected. So, on today's show, I'm going to give you a few tips and at the end, give you some contact so you can go to get help to get started on becoming service connected. So, first topic of this is we're going to talk about how to become service connected and get a high rating. So, the first thing you have to do in becoming service connected is you have to get your medical records together. First of all, it would be best to go to a VA clinic or VA hospital and get treated for any service connected injury that you might have had in the service or illness. That's the best thing to do is to go get treated. So if you go get treated, then you will be able to have medical evidence when it's time for you to start your claim. So that's the main key thing is going to a VA clinic or VA hospital and seeing a nurse and doctors and getting treated. So that's what you must do first. That's the first step into getting service connection. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go into must ask for medical records. Once again, what the get medical records. Go to a VA or VA clinic and even your private doctor. And any time that you went to a doctor while you was in service and while you was at a private doctor, they will have all your medical records available. So what you want to do is you want to ask your VA clinic or VA hospital that you're going to and getting treated at. You want to ask them to provide you with your medical records, or you can call the VA number, and they can help you get your medical records. And I believe that number is 1-800-827-1000. Once again, that's 1-800-827-1000. Call them, and they can help provide you with the information and help you get your medical records from when you served in the military. So that's the key. You must get your medical records after you get treated and you get your diagnosis. Get your medical records sent to you, emailed or sent to you through your regular mail. And most 9 times out of 10, they will send it in a CD form, maybe some other type of form like a flash drive, but they probably go in a CD form with all your medical records from when you first started in the military until your end. And also, if you while you were serving, if you went to a private hospital, if you got injured or had sickness or illness while you were serving and you was on leave, vacation leave, and you had to go to a hospital or see a private doctor, they should have your private medical records. You also might need to get those also. All the medical records that you have help in deciding your claim. So these are the must things you must do. You must call the 1-800-827-1000 number to get your medical records from when you served in the service. So now that we got that out the way, that's your second step. So now once you got your medical records, came to you in the mail or they emailed it to however you got it. Once you receive those, once you get that, you first thing you have to do is make a copy. If they send you a CD or flash drive, make a copy of your medical record so you can have it for your personal, in case you lose one, or when you have to give it to a doctor, a private doctor. You will always want to have a backup copy or one or two for yourself. If you want, make 3 copies. The more copies you have, the better for yourself, for your future. Okay, so now that we got that established, okay, you got your medical records. They sent it to you in the mail or emailed you. So now what you got to do is you got to research and find you a doctor that does a Nexus letter. You need a doctor that is specializing in helping you and providing you with a Nexus letter. Now, the Nexus letter is very vital and important to helping you get service connected. So you must research and find doctors that does medical records. Also, along with a medical record, you must get a DBQ did also. So you need to get a Nexus letter, and you also need a DBQ. Those two in combination is vital in helping you get service connected. So what I'm going to provide you in your research also right now, I'm going to give you a list of doctors that you can look up and whatever you might find in your own that help with providing Nexus letters and opinion letters that you vitally need to get service connected. So here's a list also of attorneys, but right now we want to get you information on doctors that does Nexus letters. So if you look online, you can see these are all the doctors that provide help for Nexus letters and DBQs. So you want to go online or call one of these doctors and they can help you. It's very important to get in touch with one of these doctors because they specialize in helping with Nexus letters and DBQs. So now that you got your medical records, and you got your diagnosis first, you got your medical records. So now what you need to do is send it, like I said, to after you research and find your doctor that does medical records and DBQs, Nexus letters. So now what you need to do is you need to wait until they give you your opinion, your Nexus letter opinion, and also when they fill out your DBQ, which is all your medical information that you provided to them when you sent them the CD or the flash drive. All your injuries, all your mental injuries or your physical injuries that you have suffered when you was in the military, they would look it up and then they would do a chart and they would do what you call a high to low to how much your injury has been affected by when you was in the service and when you're out of service right now. So they would do a proper DBQ along with your Nexus letter. So find you a good doctor that does and got a good track record of doing good Nexus letters and DBQs, because this is vital in helping you get service connected. Very vital. So after you do that process, also in that process, very, very vital, very, very important. It's important that your doctor who you sent your medical records to, it's important that they provide you with, in the final analysis, they will have to provide you with, in their opinion, their medical of your medical opinion in order to help you get approved for VA benefits. They will have to give a Nexus opinion saying that it's likely as or more likely as that your injury that you suffered or your illness that you suffered in the military happened in the military and is now still bothering you now. You're still suffering and having pain from all the injuries that was caused while you was in service. So they have to put that on their opinion letter. As likely as or more likely as. Them are two key words. As likely as, more likely as. They would put that opinion that you suffer your injuries or illnesses while you was in service. So make sure you see that on your opinion letter, your Nexus letter. Most likely, most doctors that look at your medical information, all in your medical records, most likely they would put that in there. And also they would give a good DBQ analysis for you to help you in providing the information to become service connected. So that's just a good key information to make sure they have that. Okay, now, once you get, this is important also, once you get all your medical information from the doctor that gave you your Nexus letter and DBQ, and also you've been seeing your doctor, make sure, it's key, make sure that when your doctor give you medication or give you like some orders to do a certain thing, make sure you abide by what the doctor is saying for you to do, and also make sure that you are taking your medications. It's key for you to keep going to your doctor, going to VA clinic, going to your private doctor. It's key that you go there and keep getting help. It's key also, don't never feel like you're too macho to complain about your pains and your suffering, your mental stress, your PTSD, or whatever injuries that you might be suffering from that you have been suffering since you was in the military. It's key that you keep telling your doctors about your sufferings and your pains, and it's key to keep taking your medications. Take your medications and order more medications when they give it to you, or when you order them. It's key to be compliant. Be compliant. Okay. So now you got all your medical records, and you sent it to your doctor that does all DBQs, that does Nexus letters. Once they give their report and they send it to you, then that's when you're ready to file for your claim, your benefits claim, your VA benefits claim. So you're being compliant, you're going seeing the doctor, so everything should be good for you. So now all you have to do is, once you get the letter with the opinions and DBQs on it, the next thing you must do that will help you in getting service connected is a buddy letter. And so what you need in that buddy letter is you need a person that is like a family member, like your wife or your husband or your brother, your sister or cousin, anybody that knew you while you were serving in the military, that experienced you being sick, ill, or being something with an injury that you occurred while you was in the military. You must see if they can, you can get them to write a letter, and they must sign their signature, their name, their full name, and then their signature and date, and write a letter explaining that they witness you going through these pains or injuries. That's key. That you must get a buddy letter to go along with your Nexus letter in your DBQ. So if you got a family member, a husband, a spouse, an aunt, an uncle, a brother, a sister, or anybody that witnessed you while you was in the military going through illnesses and pain, see if they can help you with a buddy letter. That's key and important. So once we get that out the way, then you're ready to file for your benefits. So it's key that you be, like I said before, compliant all during this process. So you got your DBQ and you got your Nexus letter. You've been compliant with your doctors and nurses. So now you're ready to file. So you go to a VA clinic or hospital or wherever that you're able to file, or you could, they got an online number that you can, online site that you can file on also. Me personally, it's best to just go in person and file. Or you can also, I believe so, I'm not 100% sure, you can call the 1-800-827-1000 number. That's 1-800-827-1000. You can also call that VA number for the veterans, and they also might can give you assistance. So once you give them your medical information, you file, give all your contact, your first and last name, your social, and all the information that you give them, and you file, then now you can just sit back and just wait until you get a decision in the mail. But while you're waiting, make sure, like I said before, you be compliant. You have to go to your doctors. You got to keep going to the doctors and keep take care of yourself. That's first and foremost. Always, if you're feeling ill, you're feeling sick of the pain that you suffered, you always keep going to the doctor and nurse and get help. And don't be macho, like I said before, and don't tell them about every little pain that you're suffering, your physical, your mental, your depression, anything. Always tell them what's bothering you. And they will keep a documentation. They will write it down. They would document it and put it a part of your medical record. So always talk to your doctors and always explain what's going on with you, because that would better help you. Don't sit there at your house or somewhere and just keep suffering. Tell them what's the matter with you. So I want everybody to, have a good, experience in trying to get your benefits. I don't want you to be like down and stressed out while you're waiting. Oh, they're taking too long. Once you provide them all the good information that you need from your medical records and you're being compliant with your doctors at the hospital and everything, then you should be in good shape. So after you do that, now I just know that everything should work out. And if you do all these steps, you will be in compliant and you will be in a good shape to get service connected and get a good high rating. So if there's for some reason that you might have not gave them something, or one of the raters made a mistake when they was looking at your file and you got a denial letter, for some reason, I'm not saying that you would get one, because if you do these steps 9 times out of 10, you should be approved for your benefit that you so deserve. So if you don't, I'm going to give you a list of lawyers, a list of attorneys that you can call for help. These are a list of attorneys along with the doctors that I gave you earlier. These are a list of lawyers. Get in touch with these lawyers that will help you. Call them if you get denied and you need to have somebody help you with appeal. Call these numbers right here. These are the numbers that will help you. So remember, if something goes wrong, you might have to appeal. So if you appeal once again, call one of these lawyers right here to help you. If you need Nexus letters and everything, these doctors will help you also for Nexus letters and DBQs. If somehow you have to appeal, call these lawyers right here, and they're professionals and they've been doing this for a long time. They can help you. So I want everybody to get the benefits that they deserve. So if you follow these steps, keep going seeing your doctor and keep going being compliant. After you file, after you give them all your information, then you should be in good shape. So I just want everybody out there to get approved, because you worked hard, you served this country, you sacrificed and served, you worked hard, and if you're injured or been ill while you were serving, you deserve these benefits to help you and your family members. So please, all the steps that I gave you today, just follow these steps and you should be okay. Just go first, see a doctor, and then after you see your doctors, you keep going, and then you get your diagnosis. Once you get your diagnosis, you ask for a CD with your medical records on it. Once you get your CD with your medical records on it, the list of doctors that I gave you, find them that do Nexus and DBQs, send your medical information. They will give you the contacts where to send it to. And then once you get this information back, get you a buddy letter. Once you get your buddy letter, with one of your relatives, family members, or friends, or that served in the military with you, that witnessed your military. I had to mention also, you can get a buddy letter from a friend that served with you, that experienced your injuries. They can sign a witness buddy letter that they witnessed it also, not just family members or friends. You can get your friends from your neighborhood that you grew up with, went to high school with, that they witnessed it also. They can sign a buddy letter. It's a lot of people arranged that can sign a buddy letter, that can sign it, and you can use that apart when you file. Have that buddy letter, have that Nexus letter, have that DBQ. Keep going to your doctors, keep getting checked out, keep complying when they give you medications. Just keep being compliant. And then also, one thing I had to mention, some of these doctors that I listed on there, they might charge you for this service. So be prepared to have some money aside, saved up, have something in your budget for, I don't know how much it is. Some varies. Some of these doctors vary. Some charge you more than others. So try to put some money aside for your Nexus letter and your DBQ. But I say it's all worth it in the end, because at the end, when you get approved for your benefits, it's going to pay off in the long run. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for joining me today on Talk That Talk. And always, I will be on every Thursday at 11:30 for any community news, any discussions that we might have that will help the communities or help you. So thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me today on Talk That Talk, and I will see you again next time. So you have a good one.